Welcome to the Shift into What's Next podcast, where embracing change can ignite a world of possibilities. Hey now, I'm your host Elise Ancel, and welcome back to a space where we have real conversations, talking about the challenges that try to shake us but never break us. Today, we're talking about what happens when the odds are stacked against you, when the facts don't lie, and it looks like the situation is beyond repair, but God steps in anyway. And not just to soften the blow, but to turn the whole thing around. Let's get into it. Yes, I'll take it. Another win, another moment where God showed up and reminded me just how He's working behind the scenes on my behalf. I'm so grateful that He went before me and fought mightily, even when I couldn't see how things would unfold. Because let me be real, the odds were stacked against me. The facts were there. On paper, it didn't look good, but God had already lined it up to work in my favor. If you've listened to the episode Overdue, No Overruled, then you already know how incredible it feels to see things shift in your favor, even when the circumstances look anything but favorable. But have you ever been in a situation where the odds were clearly not on your side? And not just because it felt that way, because the facts were the facts? Where it looked like the only outcome was to accept the verdict and take the hit. But then you show up and hear the words, "It's been dismissed." Wait, what? Dismissed? Yep, just like that. Poof, gone. The threat that was hanging over me, dismissed. The thing that had me losing sleep, questioning everything, feeling like I was backed into a corner, just gone. And yes, I know that threat might try to rise up again, but here's what I also know. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. That's the thing. Threats are always going to exist. The pressure, the tension, the what ifs, they come for all of us. But while the weapon is forming, God is already preparing an escape. He's already building a way out before harm can even reach us. This win, it's not just about relief. It's about timing. It's about God buying me more time, making space, clearing the path so I can step fully into the place He's preparing for me. So today, I'm not just celebrating a legal outcome. I'm celebrating grace in motion. I'm celebrating what it looks like when God says, "You've been through enough. Let me handle this one." So as we wrap up this episode, let's take a moment to pause. Think back. Can you remember a time when you expected the worst but got a breakthrough instead? A moment when your hands were tied but somehow you still came out on top? That's the beauty of grace. It doesn't always make sense, but it always makes a way. What's something in your life that looks like a loss until God said, "Not this time"? And even now, maybe you're in the middle of something that feels like it's closing in. Maybe the facts aren't in your favor and you're bracing for impact. But take heart. If He did it before, He can do it again. And who knows, your next breakthrough might already be in motion. So I just want to encourage you today, don't lose hope in the waiting. Dismissal doesn't mean the threat never existed. It means it no longer has the authority to define your outcome. So stand tall, stay ready, and keep walking like someone who knows the fight is fixed. Your story isn't over just because you've hit a hard chapter. Sometimes the dismissal is just the beginning of the release you didn't know you needed. Thanks for tuning in with me today. If this resonated, share it with someone else who needs a reminder that God still shows up. And as always, stay strong, stay grounded, and stay open to the favor that's already headed your way. Until the next time. Thanks for joining me today. If you enjoyed this episode, go ahead and like, share, or subscribe on your favorite podcast platform, and feel free to leave a comment. I'd love to hear how your shift is unfolding.